The term Zama originates from the Zulu phrase Zama, meaning to try your luck. This phrase encapsulates the essence of their existence, a constant gamble with fate in the hopes of striking it rich. It reflects the precarious reality of illegal miners in South Africa, individuals who venture into abandoned or disused mines risking their lives for a chance to extract gold. These mines, often left unguarded and in disrepair, become both a haven and a trap for these desperate souls. Driven by poverty and lack of opportunity, these individuals operate outside the law, often facing dangerous conditions and exploitation. The lack of formal employment opportunities forces them into this perilous line of work, where they are at the mercy of both the elements and unscrupulous middlemen. Zamas are a diverse group, with many coming from neighboring countries seeking a better life. This multicultural community is bound together by shared hardship and the common goal of finding gold, despite the numerous obstacles they face. Their stories unveil a complex web of socio-economic factors that fuel this dangerous trade. From political instability to economic disparity, the reasons behind their choices are as varied as the individuals themselves. The allure of gold, a symbol of wealth and prosperity, becomes a powerful motivator for those facing limited options. The dream of finding even a small nugget can drive them to take unimaginable risks. The promise of even a small find can seem like a lifeline, overshadowing the inherent risks. For many, the hope of a better future outweighs the immediate dangers they face daily. This desperation pushes individuals into the shadows of the earth, where they navigate a treacherous underworld controlled by criminal networks. These networks exploit the miners' vulnerability, often demanding a share of their findings. The informal nature of their work leaves them vulnerable to exploitation, with little to no protection or legal recourse. Without the safety nets of formal employment, they are left to fend for themselves in an unforgiving environment. Stilfontein, a town synonymous with gold mining, recently witnessed a tragic reminder of the dangers lurking beneath its surface. This once thriving community, built on the promise of gold, now faces the harsh realities of mining's darker side. Stilfontein mine, once a source of prosperity, became a death trap for an unknown number of Zamas. These illegal miners, driven by desperation and poverty, risk their lives daily in search of gold. A fire erupted in Shaft 11, trapping miners underground. The blaze spread rapidly, fueled by the mine's narrow, poorly ventilated tunnels. The incident sent shockwaves through the community and beyond, exposing the perilous conditions faced by these clandestine miners. Families and friends of the trapped miners gathered, their faces etched with worry and fear. The fire, believed to have been started by a gas explosion, quickly engulfed the narrow tunnels of the mine. The intensity of the flames made rescue efforts nearly impossible. The lack of proper ventilation and safety equipment turned the mine into an inferno, leaving many with no escape. Emergency workers struggled to contain the blaze and reach those trapped inside. As news of the disaster spread, a sense of dread and helplessness gripped the families and loved ones of those trapped below. The community's anguish was palpable, with many fearing the worst. The incident served as a stark reminder of the risks associated with illegal mining and the urgent need for comprehensive solutions. It highlighted the dire conditions these miners face and the pressing need for better safety measures and regulations. The Stilfontein mine disaster unveiled the international nature of illegal mining. Among the victims were miners from various countries, highlighting the desperation that drives individuals across borders in search of a better life. While the exact number of casualties remains unknown, reports suggest a grim toll, with many still unaccounted for. Rescue efforts, hampered by the dangerous conditions within the mine, revealed a grim reality. Bodies recovered from the depths painted a tragic picture of the victims. Young men, far from home, who had sought their fortune in the gold mines of South Africa. The tragedy served as a stark reminder of the human cost of illegal mining and the shared responsibility to address the underlying issues driving individuals to such desperate measures. The motivations behind illegal mining are complex and deeply rooted in socioeconomic factors. Poverty, unemployment, and lack of opportunities act as push factors, driving individuals to seek alternative means of survival. For many, the lure of gold represents a chance to escape poverty, provide for their families, and build a better future. The lack of formal employment opportunities in their home countries, coupled with limited access to education and skills development, leaves many feeling trapped with few options. The informal nature of illegal mining, while dangerous, offers a perceived path to financial gain. However, this path often leads to further exploitation and perpetuates a cycle of poverty and risk. In the aftermath of the Stilfontein mine disaster, rescue workers faced a daunting task. The unstable conditions within the mine, compounded by the presence of toxic fumes and the risk of further collapses, made the search and rescue operation incredibly dangerous. Despite the challenges, rescue teams worked tirelessly, demonstrating remarkable courage and resilience. The tragedy also highlighted the importance of international cooperation in addressing the challenges posed by illegal mining. Countries whose citizens were affected by the disaster worked closely with South African authorities to identify victims and provide support to their families. The incident served as a somber reminder of the shared responsibility to protect vulnerable individuals and address the root causes that drive them to risk their lives in such hazardous conditions. Section 6. The price of gold, the human cost of illegal mining. The Stilfontein mine disaster serves as a stark reminder of the human cost associated with illegal mining. Behind the statistics and news reports lie individual stories of loss, grief, and shattered dreams. Families and communities are left to grapple with the devastating consequences, often with little support or closure. The incident also highlights the psychological toll on survivors, who often suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder and other mental health issues. The trauma of being trapped underground, witnessing the loss of fellow miners, and facing the constant threat of danger, leaves lasting scars. The human cost of illegal mining extends far beyond the immediate casualties, impacting the well-being of individuals, families, and communities for years to come. Section 7. Beyond Borders, the global face of Zamas. The Stilfontein mine tragedy underscores the international dimension of illegal mining. Zamas come from various countries, drawn to South Africa by the promise of economic opportunity. This influx of foreign nationals seeking work in the mines reflects broader patterns of migration driven by poverty, conflict, and lack of opportunities in their home countries. The presence of foreign nationals in the mines also raises concerns about human trafficking and exploitation. Criminal networks often prey on vulnerable individuals, luring them with false promises of employment and subjecting them to dangerous working conditions and abuse. Addressing the issue of illegal mining requires a multifaceted approach that tackles both the supply and demand sides of this complex problem. Section 8. A call for change, addressing the root causes. The Stilfontein mine disaster serves as a wake-up call, urging for comprehensive action to address the root causes of illegal mining. Poverty, unemployment, and lack of opportunities in neighboring countries act as push factors, driving individuals to seek alternative means of survival. Tackling these issues requires a multi-pronged approach, including investing in education and skills development programs to empower individuals with the tools to access legitimate employment opportunities, promoting economic growth and job creation in sending countries to reduce the economic pressure that drives migration, strengthening border control measures to combat human trafficking and exploitation, and providing support and reintegration programs for former Zamas to help them transition to safer and more sustainable livelihoods. Section 9. A shared responsibility towards a safer and more equitable future. The Stilfontein mine disaster is a stark reminder of the human cost of illegal mining and the shared responsibility to create a safer and more equitable future for all. This tragic event underscores the urgent need for comprehensive measures to prevent such disasters from happening again. Addressing the complex web of factors that drive individuals to risk their lives in abandoned mines requires a collaborative effort from governments, civil society organizations, and the private sector. It is not just about enforcing laws, but also about understanding the socio-economic conditions that lead to such desperate actions. By working together, we can strive to improve working conditions and safety standards in the mining sector, ensuring that every miner returns home safely at the end of the day. Combat poverty and inequality through targeted development programs. These programs can uplift entire communities, providing them with the resources they need to thrive. Provide alternative livelihood opportunities for vulnerable communities, offering training and support to help individuals transition to safer and more sustainable forms of employment, and promote responsible mining practices that prioritize human rights and environmental sustainability. This includes adopting technologies and methods that minimize environmental impact and ensure the well-being of local communities. Only through a concerted and collaborative effort can we hope to break the cycle of poverty, desperation, and risk that perpetuates the dangerous practice of illegal mining. It is a shared responsibility that requires commitment and action from all sectors of society. Let the memory of those lost in the depths of the Stilfontein mine serve as a catalyst for meaningful and lasting change. Their legacy should inspire us to build a future where such tragedies are a thing of the past, and where every individual has the opportunity to live and work in safety and dignity.